What's going on, guys? I just want to talk about blank game week 25. Going to the poll, a lot of you guys want me to talk about this. We'll find out the blank game week 25 fixtures before game week 22, hopefully, because both legs from the United versus Forest and Newcastle versus Southampton in the League Cup semi-finals will have finished before game week 22 will arrive, before the deadline, days before. So yeah, the fixtures are as followed in blank game week 25. Newcastle, Brighton, West Ham, Forest, Manchester United, Brentford, Leeds, and Southampton. So it's going to be interesting who is going to blank. Two of those four fixtures are not going to be there, depending on who's going to make the final. So it's more likely probably going to be Manchester United and Newcastle United, both United teams missing out because of arguably be the favourites of those, Carabao Cup. Is it Carabao Cup? League Cup semi-finals. So probably Newcastle and Brighton and Manchester United and Brentford will be the most likely to say, goodbye to blank game week 25. So yeah, so I know a lot of people have Newcastle players like myself, Manchester United players. I'm currently on triple on both of them. So, and somebody who doesn't have a free hit left or has already used a wild card. But I can make a few arrangements. If that does happen, I will have... at the moment, I have 6 players who are playing that week if the Newcastle and Manchester United fixtures don't happen. But I can easily make 9 or 10 on free transfers as I go along. So nothing to worry about there. But yeah, I if you're looking, I think probably just take your time. Probably bring in players like... Personally, what I'm going to do is probably bring in Saka. And then probably bring in Mitro. And then maybe Bailey from Aston Villa as a little punt, because Everton are atrocious at home. They've got Everton in blank game at 25. So that's probably what I might do if Newcastle, Manchester United. I'm hoping it's not. I'm hoping it's Forest and Southampton. Because no one's going to have any Southampton leads. Probably Rodrigo. That's all they're going to have. And then you've got, who else have you got? West Ham versus Forest. Who are you going to have from that fixture? Oh yeah, I've got him. But nobody's going to have anyone that from fixture unless you're going. I think it's a bit of a waste to play a free hit unless you really target players. I don't know. I think if you're playing your free hit in that blank game week, I would personally save it, in my opinion. If you're thinking of playing it, because there's nothing really that exciting. Everyone's losing the Man United players, everyone's losing the Newcastle players. If that does happen, if they do meet in the final, I personally would save the free hit because the fixtures you've got Leeds, Southampton. Who you can have? Rodrigo, Crystal Palace, Liverpool. Liverpool aren't really firing. Crystal Palace aren't looking great. They'll probably beat us still. I think it's a bit of a waste, in my opinion. Everton, Aston Villa. It is a bit of a waste. Spurs, Chelsea. Do you really want to stack up on players like that? Probably just want Kane and that's it. You don't really want anybody from Chelsea. It's not really the best week to free hit. I think it's a bit of a waste. I think wait for another double to come around the corner, something like that, or maybe another blank. Who knows? So I personally would save it. Let me know in the poll. I'll probably put in this one, or it'd be great to hear from you guys what you're thinking of doing. You think of playing your free hit? Do let me know. Or if you're just doing like some normal free transfers, building up to it like myself. So that's my little plan. If worst comes worst, Man United, Newcastle, hey ho, see what the hell happens, and they meet in the final, they blank. Obviously, being a Liverpool fan, I hope it's Newcastle meet in the final, meets Forest, something like that. But I think for everyone's sake, I think we all would want Forest versus Southampton in the final. So then it's Man United, Newcastle players we get to keep, and we're not like trying to get rid of them and wasting points, wasting chips, and all that jazz. So yeah. It's not an exciting week without them. If Newcastle and both United teams meet the final, like I said, it's not an exciting week. It's pretty boring. Like I said, the fixtures there, it's not a fun week. It's a bit awkward to play free hit, something like that. I personally would save it, like I said.